blank period. On my black, brown, and indigenous. Gotta holler if you really feeling this. Gotta holler if you really real enough. Other rappers is delirious. Yeah, it's really that serious. Better holler if you really feeling me. I gotta keep it 100, ayy. If you don't like it, then fuck it, ayy. We gonna win in the end, yeah, we gonna live in abundance. I gotta keep it 100, ayy. If you don't like it, then fuck it, ayy. We gonna win in the end, yeah, we gonna. I gotta keep it 100. We gotta stop all the stunting. You know we coming from nothing. Yo, you talking about money, you bluffing. We gotta do something different. We gotta change how we live in. We gotta do better for women. We gotta do better for children. We gotta listen to victims, whether Jewish or Muslim or Christian. It doesn't matter your religion. You gotta stand against the system, or else you just another villain. How you just sitting there chilling?
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and I know it's been a week, and people have hit me up like, bro, what's up? You haven't been posting episodes once a week like you used to. Dude, there's a lot going on. So we're going to say this real quick because Kingsley is here. There's a lot going on, man. With the coverage for the Show Up and Show Out podcast is Show Up and Show Out showcase, not podcast. Show Up and Show Out showcase is dropping tonight, 7 p.m. So by the time this podcast is aired, you should have already watched it. And if you didn't, then you don't fuck with me like you say you do. Now, also, there's also Stella Blues. I'm doing a photography venture with Stella Blues. I'm going to be dropping a lot of photography throughout the months of a lot of artists, various artists. So definitely stay tuned on that, because a lot of those artists are also going to come on the show too. So please, this show is not what anybody was saying that I'm falling off or anything. It's just that I'm by myself right now. And if you want to help me out, instead of saying, oh, bro, you're not posting as much as you used to, help me out. You know, do me a favor. I got to ask for help. Like, help a brother out. It's because I need help. And thank you for all the donations, by the way, for the people. But let's get this show going. Thank you for people that are still around supporting the show. Let's keep sharing, keep liking. TikTok, I am banned on live. That's the last announcement. I'm banned on live because I was marching with the Yellies, and the people didn't like that I was marching with the Yellies. So they banned me. That's the best story I could give you. People messaged me. They was like, bro, what happened? Your live went away. I'm like, bro, they banned me. All right, I gotta wait. But shouts out to Limit Entertainment for the agency, Limit Entertainment, for helping me out. They're trying to get me unbanned. If they can get me unbanned, that'll be great. If they can't, I don't care. But I got May 5th, Bay. I'll be back May 5th, pissing off more people if I have to. But music, politics, and culture, we're going to keep covering it live. And speaking of music, politics, and culture, I have a returning guest here that I'm very, very excited to have back on the show. And I apologize, guys, that noticed that there was an issue where I made some miscommunication and went live, and it was like, oh, she's not there. You said that she was going to be there. Again, people always love giving me ish. So thank you for giving me ish. She's here now. All right. So without further ado, I want to give a huge shout out and welcome to Kingsley.
Hi.
Yeah, she's here. So stop trying to play me, guys. Hello, Kingsley.
How's it going?
Very, very well. You did I saw some coverage of it. You did a great festival in Oregon.
Yes.
Can you talk about that?
Yeah, quick? Black and Live Fest, or Black and Loud. Sorry, Black and Loud, which are two.
Love the name.
Yeah, that's what I use on my Tinder bio. I was like, this is crazy. They made a festival after what I call myself.
Oh,
just kidding. I'm banned from Tinder. I am banned legally. Can't be on there. But I played this festival, which originally started in Seattle, and it did so well in Seattle, and Jack Daniels became a sponsor for it. They're actually moving all over the world. They're trying to make it like the Warped Tour, but with Black alternative bands. Pretty much the same setup as Warped Tour, which is really amazing. Oh. And yeah. So it's like heavy rockers and alternative pop, and alternative, R&B. It's like all the alternative genres, but black fronted bands or all black bands, which was just an honor to be a part of. Yeah.
So you mentioned that Warped Tour because, you know, hey, this guy right here, I've went to like at least 5 Warped Tours, I would say, maybe 4. Yes. I saw Paramore once. I saw
Love Paramore.
I saw Motionless in White. I saw Pierce the Veil multiple times. I saw Falling in Reverse when that one time they did it and Ronnie Radke was beefing with Escape the Fate and he was like putting up his middle finger a lot. It was like
epic.
It was epic because you'll never see that again because they're friends now. But he was so petty in that show. It was really great to witness. Like I was like, damn, Ronnie Radke, I did not think you felt that way, but he did. So we're saying that like this is like a black alternative type of lineup sound. Like what are some
hype? So it started by this band called King Youngblood. And they're an amazing rock band. I mean, one of the bandmates plays the cello, literally like the cello's up in the air and he's just strumming the instrument, you know, crazy stuff. So it's definitely a lot more rock face. Like it's a rock festival for sure. But it's basically just to like tell people like music it for Black people is not just hip hop, R&B, and neon soul. Like there's so much more. And you can come and experience it and be a part of history instead of reading about it.
Oh, wow. That's dope.
Yeah.
Yo, I hope this becomes like big. Like,
yeah. Well, Jack Daniels is one of the big sponsors. So yeah, I'll be there. They're doing it in Seattle again in September, and I'll be there in September.
Word.
Yeah.
Word. So like, this is so. All right. Wait a minute. So you're you're independent still, right? Like you're not signed and affiliated. So that's really a big for independent artists. You know what I mean? To like start something that's like such a movement. You know what I mean? And me as a East Coaster, sorry, we don't know much about Oregon.
I live in Chicago, so I'm a Midwester by heart. It's really cool. I wish it would have sold out in Oregon, but again, like people watching history and not being, you know, in it, it's going to take some time. I was really happy with the turnout for Oregon, but I wish it was more because, like it's a constant battle of people being like, Black people aren't in Oregon. Black people aren't in Oregon. They are in Oregon. You just got to seek them out. And yeah, I think it's really important to have that festival there because the community that is Black in Portland is so vast and so deep and so beautiful. So I'm hoping the next time it comes there, they're able to reach out, you know, market it so that more Black people can be a part of greatness. I mean, this festival deserves all the love and vice versa. The people deserve to be a part of that kind of love.
Right. Yeah, that's really dope. You know, I've never heard that term, that Black people in Oregon. I'm like, wow. Like, I would think that we're everywhere, but then again, I'm Black, so I just always assume that we're everywhere.
Well, yeah, I mean, we can do a whole history thing about Davenport, Oregon, and how they flooded out a bunch of Black people, or redlining. You know, we can get real historic, or how Black people weren't allowed to live there legally because of a law, and the biggest headquarters for the triple letters is in Oregon. You know, so we can get there's a lot of history. There's a lot of darkness. Especially because it's a very blue liberal state, right? But within liberation comes oppression, right?
So this is so important. Like
it is
to have this.
It is.
You know what I mean? And that makes it even more like I hope. Like, and you know, if they need a photographer, I'm not like a professional photographer, but I'm getting there. I'm learning.
That's right. I would
love to pull up.
Where on the East Coast are you?
New Haven.
Okay, cool. New Haven's not close, but they'll be in Brooklyn. They're going to be in a couple places. They're like moving. They're moving.
Oh, that's an hour and a half away. That's
okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, I can connect you to the person.
Yeah, that would be freaking dope.
Yeah.
Look at that. Like, isn't it great to be Black?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Like, no wonder they love our culture. But anyway,
I saw a TikTok today that was like, even with nothing, we have everything.
right.
And it's such a good reminder about how dope Blackness is. And even when you feel, at your lowest moment because of structurally, and from experiences that you feel this sort of weight of the world. Just remember that, like, even with nothing, you literally are everything. And that's just such a beautiful way to move.
God, you are just dropping. like I gotta share. Before we recorded, I lost a friend that I knew in the activist scene, adjacent from the music scene, and she gave me so much good advice. Like, I'm over here just sitting here like, how should I feel? Because I wasn't personally knowing the person, but I knew them for years through the streets and activism. And I was just sitting here like, how do I feel? How do I feel? And you're just like, do not think it is a problem for you to feel a certain way. You deserve to grieve the way you need to grieve. And I'm just like, damn, I should have thought of that earlier.
The moment was just waiting for me. This is why it happened exactly how it's supposed to.
Right. Oh my God. Like, that makes me want to light up. But anyway, we're not holding it right now. My Love, great single.
Thank you. Yes.
And you also performed it at So Far Sound, right?
So yeah, that So Far Sounds video is pretty old. So this song has been a long time in the making. I think that So Far Sound video is maybe 2 years old now. So that's when it was just the beginning. You can even listen to the studio version with that, and they sound a little different because I was still like niching out what it was going to sound like back then. But yeah, it's my first single for my next record.
Okay. So 2 parts. So let's go into it, because now that I know, because I'm starting to realize, hearing it from the So Far Sounds side into the final cut is what you have out right now. First of all, how did you get a part with So Far Sound? I was in a band, Light Warriors. We did something for So Far Sound. I wasn't able to be a part of it because I wasn't available. But like, I was shocked that they contacted us. I was like, dude, do you really need to hear us? Like, like how did you get that? Like, that's really dope, bro. They're like every fucking where.
Yeah. I'm lucky. I've played a lot. I've played so far London. I've played Vancouver, BC, like 5 or 6 times. I think I'm in like the 50s for So Far shows. I've done like over 50. So New York, and I've done Dallas. But it all started in 2018. They were doing a Women's History Month show, and my best friend, who wrote the first Latina business book called Jefa in Training. It's about 10% Spanish. It's geared towards Latinos, or Latinas, or Latino. It could be girl or boy, whatever. But she was doing this company at the time called Women Crush Music. She was a nonprofit. She had started her own. This is before her book. And so they reached out to her to find women, right? Because she was doing this monthly showcase of featuring like all these amazing Portland. So she recommended me and my other who wasn't my best friend at the time either, my other best friend, Haley Johnson, which is hilarious because I was her maid of honor at her wedding, which is hilarious. But it was like my first full band show in Portland, and it was 4 artists. It was me, Haley Johnson, The Lynx, and Blossom. And Blossom's this like iconic neon soul R&B mesh Black girl in Portland, which is hilarious because people will be like, "Are you Blossom?" And I'm like, "No, wrong Black girl." Literally wrong one. But so we played that, and I guess I was just a crowd favorite, and they liked me so much that they kept asking me to come back for stuff. So I played, I played a bunch of stuff I'm multiple things. I'm queer, I'm Black, and I'm a woman. So they really can just throw me into any showcase. Check. And then for the video, because they used to do it all the time, but they stopped doing it. The video, the coordinator like had sent something to someone, and they ended up doing it with me. It's not as glamorous as people think. But yeah, so yeah, I've done stuff with So Far, which has just been really cool. I have, like all good things, there's still some areas they need to niche out. But yeah, it's been really cool to find my sound within those performances.
That's really dope. Like,
Yeah.
that's why I love asking, how did you get this gig? How did you do it? Because there's
Yeah.
always a great fucking story behind it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I had some guy asked me, like, why do you ask that question? Like, I'm like, bro, like, you don't want to tell me? Like,
I'm
I'm
friends
here.
with even the person who the venue space was the Nightwood Society, which is now a different event space. But Leah, I'm friends with her to this day. We
dope.
literally just hung out a couple weeks ago and went wine tasting together. Like I am so thankful for all the opportunities I get to like meet someone and like really connect and like see them multiple times in my life.
Mhm.
Yeah.
How did my love start into writing in fruition before it even became a performance piece, and then moving on into the what we have it now?
Yeah. So my friend Tim, which is Haley Johnson's, also he was in her band. He still plays with her. I was like, can I borrow Tim? I want to work on a new project. He can play any instrument. He's so incredible. He can throw a demo
Word.
together in an hour. So when I first went to him, we wrote 4 songs together, and they were still breakup songs. And I was like, we wrote the 4, and they're really pretty. I'm not doing anything with them, but I went back to him and I was like, God, I don't want to write another breakup song. Like, I'm done writing songs about this man. I want to try something new. And earlier that day, I had listened to Dua Lipa's Rolling Stone interview where she was talking about the Future Nostalgia album and how it wasn't about someone, but she wanted to manifest it. And at the end of the record, the person came. And I was like, what a concept, right? We always want artists to write from this heartbreak or from love. Like, we want it to be a real experience. But what if I start writing about the things that I want to happen in life? I'm fresh out of this breakup. I'm gonna go overseas soon. Like, what do I want to write? And Tim starts like playing something. And I literally just said, I'm not your average bitch. I talk a lot of shit. And we just start cracking up because it's fucking hilarious, because I talk so much shit. I love shit talking. I think it's America's favorite pastime, minus baseball. And yeah, I'm not the average person. You know, everything I do is extraordinary. And so that kind of jumped off this entire project.
Yeah, that was really dope. I used your song as a promo to the showcase that I was covering and everything.
Thank you.
And one of the people that saw the promo, they was like, "What song is that?" Like, I noticed that that's not any artist that's like in the showcase. And I'm like, oh, yeah. I like to use other people's music that I like. So check this person out and stuff like that. And that was, I was like, dude, like, Bird, like,
yeah,
somebody like
feels
it.
more
Like,
like me. Like, share, subscribe. It feels more like me. My last project, my last record was, you know, from the soul, from the heart. But this feels more like the creative freedom that songwriting is supposed to have. Like, performing it is so much fun, and singing it is so much fun, and I get to be this goofy person that I really am. I really am goofy, and you know, I'm really loud and obnoxious and Aries. So it's really fun doing that. I'm really happy with how it came out, and yeah, it's literally my anthem.
It's really dope when you as an artist is able to find who you are and grow into who you are, and not have to listen to what people think that you should be and all this stuff like that. It's so freaking freeing. Like, yeah. And I'm taking a shot at somebody that tried to do that to me. But anyway, well, it's so freaking freeing.
Tell me I'm messy.
You know I want that. You know what I mean? Because it's like, I feel like when you become your authentic self and you're able to put your craft into your authentic self, it's so much more powerful, and it feels more powerful than what this trash that they're trying to put out in the mainstream media now. I'm not trying to get at you, Gen Z. I like some of your Gen Z stuff, but I'm just saying.
I think that's we'll beef on some things, because at the end of the day, it's the expression that's so important, and how each person express themselves, whether it feels rudimentary to you or you know, technical to another person, right? It is who created that system, right? We tune our stuff to 440A because of what, you know, like there's no real rules. It's like when people say like, well, some rap is poetry and some rap isn't poetry. Well, who's deciding poetry? who picked? We're speaking an English language and we're from Africa and we're fighting over what poetry is. Be so for real. That's not the battle that I want to pick. I care more about recycling. Right. So yeah, I have an opera degree, right? So I can get real mean and real technical with things, but that's not the point of art. Art is supposed to be messy, and sometimes it can be lazy, and sometimes it can be thrown together, and sometimes it doesn't have to make sense to the receiver, right? Luckily for my love, I was writing it for my most authentic self, and everyone who listens to it feels it from their most authentic self. But some people don't like that I say bitch at the beginning of the song. You know, like my dad's like, why are you, as a woman, you calling yourself a bitch? Well, because I'm a bad bitch, Dad. I don't know. You know, so it's teetering. It's teetering the line. But anytime people try to put parameters on art, I'm like, because the white man said so. No, Picasso's stealing art. He's stealing it.
Yeah, I mean, that's a topic right there.
Yeah, feeling it. So be free, be liberated. You know.
And when you finally decided to, like, you know, bring it to where it's at right now, what was that moment like? That when you were like, this is my love right here. This is the cut.
It felt good to not have to pay any more money for it.
That's a good answer. You know,
no
people
more
listening, they gotta know that. They gotta know that.
No more invoices. No more invoice. No more. Yeah. No. My mixer, Kevin, is just a sweetheart. And I met him through my best friend Ashley. She worked with him when she was 18, and she was trying to be a songwriter when they went to New York, school in New York together. And so, yeah, he has so much space for me because I send a lot of voice memos. Like, I'm a very complicated, I'll be like, from this section, from this like 42 seconds to 47 seconds, I wanted to pan on the double of the background vocals in the alto line, right? I'm like very weird about like what is in my head and what I hear. And so, yeah, like lots of voice memos to him because I would text and he'd be like, girl, what you trying to say right now? So he's really, really sweet. And I'm really thankful to work with a guy who is a person of color, because I always work with white men because that's the dominated field. So to get to work with a person of color on my project that's a man is just, it's really great. I'm really excited. That's
really dope.
Yeah.
And, you know, you just shared something that I didn't fully know. So like when it comes to engineers, it's very white dominated right now.
Everything is white dominated. Yeah, because they own studio spaces, right? So the question is, like, if they don't have like state of the art studio equipment, which you don't have to, how well can they make it sound like, you know, X, Y, and Z? And so that's why you have like bedroom pop, because it's like you can hear that it doesn't sound like Ariana Grande, right? Because it's not the equipment. So when I was making this project, I was like, I don't want to sound bedroom pop. I want to sound like alternative pop. I want it to sound like it's really well produced, but it's not using these mainstream instrumentation, you know?
Right.
But I still want a really great microphone, right? There's like a certain microphone everybody uses in LA. It's like this gold condenser mic, right? I want to use that still. So yeah, you have a heart. Like the people who produce my songs are all white guys, and no shade, no tea, right? But it would be quite lovely if I could work with more not white people, just for opportunity's sake, just to get to collaborate. So when I got introduced to Kevin, and he was fantastic. We're 4 songs into the project. So yeah, if I have it my way, the next project I want to work with like a female producer. That would be really amazing, and I'd be honored.
That's really dope, because I had to ask that question because like I've noticed, especially when I've spoken to what was his name? This guy that I spoke to, Chase. He's gonna kill me. Chance Bentley. I called him Chase when I interviewed him, and he looked at me like, bro. Chance Bentley met this dude in Greece while he was celebrating himself. It's always great to celebrate yourself, people. Remember that. I don't have a problem with that. I'm an Aries, so I'm pro that. Yeah, we're he met this dude in Greece, and like, you know, the guy's Greece, and the guy's Greek, and he's like a dope beat maker. I like, the man is just ill. And you know, in the back of my mind, I'm just like, it is a lot of like white males that have this ability, and I'm just like, where is the Metro Boomins? The
Yeah,
are we
because
allowed to
they're
say Kanye? Are we
well,
allowed?
well, I'm from the South Side, so I have to have empathy, but I don't have to have, sympathy.
Where
Yeah,
are all those?
I think it's just the dominating field, right? It's not that
Mhm.
they don't exist, like Black people in Portland, right? It's not that they don't exist. You just have to work really hard to find them. And yeah, I didn't work that hard, so like my future projects, like being more intentional with who I want to work with, and telling more people, right? When I was telling Ashley, I'm like, I really want to work with a person of color, she was like, bing, I know this guy, right? And so instead of the people that I work with for this project were all in my network already, right?
Mhm.
I'd already worked with them before, so it wasn't a problem or issue. But like in future projects, I definitely want to open my mouth more so that I can find more.
Yeah, that'll be dope. Yeah. I can't wait to see more, to hear more of you, because like your other music was really really good as well too.
Okay,
So
thanks.
that's why I'm excited to see where you're gonna go, because it seems like you have this trajectory that's really really nice.
Thanks.
And everybody I show you to, they're like, oh yeah, I fucks with that. That's really cool.
That's good.
So
That's good.
you know what I mean? Like it's really 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 dope. Like, so what are like, what are some goals, like if you want to share any, you know what I mean, what do you want next coming out of this, you know what I mean, like after
Um,
doing it getting it in with Black and Loud, you know what I mean,
yeah.
like
Yeah, more opportunities like that. I think like more opportunities to be my most authentic self. What I wanted when I was in 6th grade, I'm realizing I don't want as an adult,
mm,
and how I wanted it was more vanity than what actually matters to me now.
mm,
Oh my gosh, your book is next to me. I'm reading this book by Dr. Esther. It's this it's Creating Your Limitless Life, right? And I actually randomly did a branding thing because she's doing a podcast with her husband. She sent me this book so I can like get comfortable with her. She's coaching me now. And so, which is just amazing. We've done a full month of sessions, and I've re-envisioned what my purpose is, and what my end goals are. So, I think old Mo would have been like, Grammy. I definitely want a Grammy. But I am now understanding what vanity metrics these things are, and what system it's a part of. So what I want now, like where I can see myself 3 or 4 years from now, is actively using my music, my platform, and my voice to create a world where art conjugates for spiritual growth, spiritual conversations, and like true authentic liberation. I want my music. I mean, the way I feel when I listen to Sexy Red, right? I don't have any baby daddies, and I don't live in the world, but something about like dancing, that freedom dance to the music, right?
mm.
Is what I want my music to do. And I don't know if it's going to be from heartbreak or from love or anything. I just want to make sure that it's always authentic, and that it always strikes a conversation and makes people feel seen, heard, and loved.
Mm. Yeah. I mean, I feel you on that with Sexy Red as well too. I had a conversation with people on like the women rap game, and I would love to hear your
I just
your
call it the
thoughts on
rap
it.
game. I just call it the rap game because
Yeah, yeah.
they're not
Yeah,
separate.
there we go.
Yeah.
I would love to hear your thoughts on it. I know you're not a rapper, but I know that you know, like
Not a rapper, but if Meg the Stallion ever got sick at a concert, she could tag me in. I know every single word. Like,
I love Meg the Stallion. By the way, did you love that new joint she made with Glorilla?
oh, I'm literally seeing her on May 17th in Chicago, like counting down.
Yeah.
Got my little outfit. It's
She's
going.
a problem, bro.
Love Glorilla too. And I have a deep voice, so I love Glorilla. I'm like, finally, someone for me. Okay.
I think a lot of guys are scared of her. Like some guys told me,
be scared. Be scared. You could be anything in the world, and you're choosing to be scared. That's like the lowest vibration. That's the lowest vibration on the frequency scale. The lowest.
Yeah. You're like, are you excited like how the rap game has changed so much? Like, like Doja
capitalism, right? Capitalism. They realize more people want to hear other things. It's kind of like Black History Month. It's kind of like Juneteenth sales. They realize they're missing money, and so they're giving way more opportunities. It just turns out when opportunities are given, Black women excel. Eat up the competition, left no crumbs. And so I don't think I listen to any male rappers at all. I don't not
oh
anymore.
Damn.
I don't. And it's so funny, like I listen to like Throwback from the early 2000s. But like today I could not name you one male rap. And that's not because they're not good or whatever. These babies are eating. I don't need anything else. I mean, I can go from one playlist to the next playlist and hear some, I mean, and I'm not even talking about like the mainstream girlies, right? I'm talking about the TikTok girlies are eating. No name, you know what I mean? There's so many people I could name you that I'm like, man. And it's so liberating to hear. Like, I am such a free person, and to hear people give you permission to be free is what art is supposed to do. And so it's weird to be like, they're the best female rapper. Hell no, they're the best rapper. Eating no bars left.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of producers, a lot of hip hop podcasters have mentioned that like it's the rap game is woman dominated right now.
Good, and because who can twerk and rap at the same time? Not a man. Like, step it up. You're not even in high heels with a 20-inch bust down, spitting bars. It's giving sloppy. I mean, I literally went to, who did I see that the entertainment was? Who was it opening up for? Oh my God, what is their name? I can't remember their name, but they were opening up for someone. My friend took me to the concert. It was the first time I saw this person. She literally had 8 dancers, crazy opening, 45-minute slot. Rapper comes on, just him and the DJ. Yeah, I can't make this shit up. And then like, you guys sing it. No, I paid money to hear you sing it. This is my money. Like, she should have been the headliner. Once I saw 5 dancers come on stage and then 3 more, it was over for the rest of the guys. I was like, we don't need to see anything else. This was the concert.
That's absolutely dope.
So the entertainment level, the craftsmanship, the artistry, the videos are iconic, right? It's not just videos with like him with a bunch of money behind a car. I mean, they're doing it. Their choreography on top of the cars.
Yeah, I mean, I saw Doja Cat's performance in Coachella, and that blew me like away.
It's entertainment, right? It's more than just rapping, and that's the thing. And that's nothing wrong with people, right? These are levels. Wherever you want to be in your artistry is fine, but don't pretend to be on the same field as people. Yeah,
So who? Give me two women rappers that you would love to work with.
Meg Thee Stallion, but it's not even work. If I was just in the room, I wouldn't make a sound. I'd just breathe her air. Just to be near her. If you're listening, Meg, I love you. Gosh, just tons. There's I mean, No Name from Chicago. There's another girl from Chicago that I like.
Put me on.
What's her name? Let me look at my thing. Oh, like Kofi is a really great one. She's not from Chicago. Where is this girl? Hold on, I gotta look through my likes. Darn. Kofi's a good one. Not Simone. Where is this song at? What playlist would it be part of? You see, if you saw all the saved songs, you would be like, you are going through it. All right, well, let me find it. I will tell you. There's 2 from Chicago that I can't stop. She has a thing, it's called Most Wanted. Jane Doe or something. Jane.
Okay. I want to make sure I add that to the
Let me spell it for you. D-A. Gosh, is that their name? All right, I'll find it at the end.
Yeah, no problem. I can always look back Yeah.
Yeah.
I really do like what the diversity looks like. I really do, because it's really telling. And I think that, you know, and also with Afro beats and like, it's just so dominated, like, as it should be. Like, it should be dominating at this point.
I mean, it is the originator, so it should always be the most.
Right. right. I mean, you're seeing all the country artists too.
Oh yeah, but I followed them before.
Beyonce
Brittany
album.
Spencer and Nikki Guyton, I have followed for.
Oh,
the
you already
last
knew about
years.
them?
Oh,
see,
my.
I'm
well,
late.
There's more that I know now, but yes. Oh my gosh, Brittany Spencer, I've followed for a while, and Nikki Guyton maybe in the last year. But when I saw their names on the record, I was like, I know them. I know them. They're famous.
Damn, that's crazy. I feel so like left behind.
That's okay. There's so much music out there. There's so much music
left behind. Yeah. So, all right. Would you say that you'll ever dive into country?
Oh hell no. Ew. No. No.
I didn't expect that. All right.
But I do like listening to country. Well, I like listening to Black artists that do country. I should be.
What's the Midwest? What's the Midwest flavor right now?
Well, we're Chicago house music. Like we're still Chance the Rapper's first record, right? We're still mixtape. When I go out to the clubs, like they play juke music. I don't footwork music. There's no way to explain this. We're in our own bubble. We have no idea what's happening in the world.
It is a big ass city though.
It is.
Not gonna lie. Like you guys can have your own scene as much as you want.
We really do. I leave and I'm like, I'll be in like New York, and I was like, nobody's doing footwork on the floor. What's happening? Where's the dance battles?
How was London, by the way, when you went?
I'm actually going back in September. But it was a learning experience. I got to record at Abbey Road, which was really awesome, in the same room as the Beatles, Studio 2. It was very cool. It made me feel so much cooler than I am. But I learned a lot about myself, and I think that's where the record really took blossom. My next project is called Come and Find Me, and what I'm learning about myself as, you know, a recovering people pleaser and the older sibling of 8, that my willingness for love also, like, how do I phrase this better? The way that I love puts me in a vulnerable state that I will move myself down in order to be a part of whatever. And when I left for London, it was like this identity crisis because I didn't know anyone. I wasn't from there. And I wasn't surrounded by people who had so much history they could dictate and determine what I would do. So it was this crazy liberation moment. It's not like moving across the states. I mean, it's out of the country. You could literally be gone for a week and nobody know anything, you know?
Yeah.
And so it really taught me how to like myself, how to love myself, how to trust my intuition, how to listen to myself, like hearing the voices in my head, being like, oh, this is what angry Mo sounds like. This is what not listening hungry Mo sounds like. It was a great learning experience, and I'm really proud of myself for going, because it's hard to do that. And I was in Iceland, and I went to Portugal, and I went to France, and it was a really, and I'm going back, you know, because as Aries, we're like, how much more can I suffer? Let's go.
Right.
Round 2.
Yeah, I mean, like, I heard it's easy too to like get around when once you're already in Europe.
Once you're there, yeah. It was, well, I moved the day the Queen died, so everything was striking. The buses were striking, the trains were striking, the mail was striking. So
wow,
it was a whole thing, right? I would get on the bus, pay my fare, sit down. The next stop, he'd be like, "We're striking," and I was like, "Man, you saw me pay. Why wouldn't you tell me? That does not go to you. Why would you not wave me down and be like, I'm striking?" So that was hard to navigate because I did not know other ways to get around. My first few months there, I'm like, I only know this bus. That's it, sir. Help me.
Right.
But after that, yeah, it's quite easy to navigate and quite easy to go from country to country to country.
That's really, really, like, that's one thing I want to do, because I'm planning this trip with my girlfriend to go to Ireland, and I was just thinking,
Yay.
I'm like, we should like take advantage.
Ireland's like a 4-hour flight to London. Like, you can go there so easy.
Oh, damn, that's quick.
Yeah,
that's really quick. Yeah, man. I mean, like, Portugal, you went to France.
Yeah.
And like did you like do shows there or
yes and no. Sometimes I did a house show, or I would busk, or I would just go there and travel. So like Portugal, if you fly TAP Portugal to come back to America, and same with Iceland Air, you could do a longer layover and it's a free flight. So like we did a 2-week stop in Iceland for no money at all, because you just plan your stop, you plan your layover there, and you extend the date, so you could just stay there for free. Well, not for free, but for a free ticket. And so yeah,
that's dope.
Just learning how to navigate their like travel system. Yeah, so sometimes I would fly for a show, or sometimes I would be like, oh, I want to go to Paris this weekend.
How awkward was it back to London to be there while the Queen died?
Oh, not awkward at all.
Like, was they like, because from my perspective, what I saw on TV was a lot of people crying. Yeah. And then I got mad. I'm gonna just be honest, because I'm an American, and I'm just sitting over here like, why are they showing this? Like, I give a damn.
Well, it's important because a lot of our politics are wrapped up into Britain, and
right.
Yeah, the crying. It's we're in the Aquarius era, right? We're in the era of awakening, and how people blindly follow a monarch is crazy, right? There were people who are waiting in the queue for 8 hours to see her casket, not see her, because the casket is closed.
Oh, wow.
8 hours, right? This isn't your mother. This is not your husband. This is not your cat or your dog. This is a leader. This is a, this is a, you know. So the blind faith is really interesting, especially from someone who died in gems that were from everywhere in the world that were stolen, right? It's quite interesting. And so all of the strikes were basically like the people being like, hey, new king, you're not paying us enough, so we need something, right? So it's this rebellion stage of some people who are blind faith and believe in the monarch, and some people who are like, hello, wake up, what's happening? He's sitting in a room full of gold, and I'm working on a bus every day till I die. So yeah,
that's deep.
It was very interesting to see all the same issues that people there are having as America, right? Our policies are very much, I mean, they come from Europe over here and do the same shit, right? So it's kind of like seeing the patient zeros. Right? I was like, oh,
I love that term. That's a good term.
This is where
you're right, because we're like the second Anglo-Saxon nation, basically. Like, we're the adopted Anglo-Saxon nation.
Went right back to source. Learned a lot. Learned a lot.
That's really dope. When are you not when are you so what is next for your travels and your music endeavors and traveling and stuff?
I'm actually headed to Vegas this weekend.
Okay,
but that's for play.
That's for play.
Yes, I'm going to the Lovers and Friends Festival. One of my friends hit me up and was like, do you want to go with me? And I was like,
you're gonna go see my husband.
Sure, my husband. Yeah. I'm gonna show him my bank receipt from 5th grade when my account got negative because I bought the Teen Bop with his face on it. You owe me 36 cents. So I'm going to Vegas, and then I'm going to go to Denver. It's just a little bit more play in life, and then I'm going to get back to business. I lost. We had a big funeral in January. Sorry. Yeah, it's okay. So I've just been. Everyone goes through this. What is the point of life? Why am I not doing things that make me happy? What is the point of working? You know, it's all of these unravelings that death usually allows you to ask questions, because you really quantify that like nothing is forever. So why am I doing temporary things? So yeah, I'm excited to just play a little bit more. Obviously I have to finish my record. That's on the list. Gotta do that. And looking release more music. Yeah, I know. I'm lagging. She's slagging. So yeah, it's kind of like this weekend, and is like my last weekend of liberation before I get back to like it's the hustle and the flow. I'm in the flow right now. I'll get back to the hustle.
Like I always tell every other artist, take your time.
Yeah,
I hope that wasn't loud in the mic. Take
No,
your
it wasn't.
time.
I am, unfortunately, the time has been taken and it's time to take it back. It's time to get back on the clock, run some numbers. So yeah, it's time for me to work. And I'm 444. I literally was gonna say it's time for me to work, and I'm excited. And I saw 444. So it's funny.
Word. Listen, I gotta let you go because I gotta go on to another podcast.
You're doing amazing. You're doing amazing.
I really, really appreciate the time of you coming on to the JabariVOCPodcast, catching up with us, man. Definitely, guys, please check her music out if you haven't already. Y'all know that you're gonna have some good music on Spotify, Tidal. Well, actually, no. I'm gonna take Tidal back because I tried to get you on Tidal and they got you mixed up with other people. I have a new platform. I spent like 3 weeks back and forth with Tidal. I will send you like my Tidal profile. Should all be fixed now. Lord have mercy. Okay.
Lord have mercy.
Perfect. Because I was just like, how are they getting away with this? This is so
no.
Okay.
We had to create a whole new page for me because they were deleting so many things. They were like, why don't you just tell us what your music is and we'll make you a new page? And I'm like, fine, say less.
Oh, thank God. See, Tidal was back in my graces because I've been telling people to fuck.
They're still on my shit list. They're still on my shit list.
So. Well, wherever you get your music, go right on her link. Go onto her Instagram and check it out. Last words before we close out for today, Kingsley.
Go be great. Whatever that means for you. Just go be great. Whatever that means for you.
Word. And don't forget to like, share, and follow. I want to thank everybody for watching. And please support the channel. Your likes, your donations supports the channel, and it helps keep this channel growing. There's a lot of business endeavors that I'm going to be revealing that is going down. So I really, really appreciate it. And it's not going to waste. So thank you all so much for coming on for coming on. Thank you all so much for supporting. And Kingsley, thank you so much for coming back on the show. And I want to wish you a good the rest of your day and best of luck with your music career. Thank you so much for everything you have given us so far. We love it. Bye. Bye, everybody. Have a good day.
Blank period, yeah. On my black, brown, and indigenous. Gotta holler if you really feeling this. Gotta holler if you really real enough. Other rappers is delirious. Yeah, it's really that serious. Better holler if you really feeling me. I gotta keep it 100. Ayy, if you don't like it, then fuck it. Ayy, we gonna win in the end. Yeah, we gonna live in abundance. I gotta keep it 100. Ayy, if you don't like it, then fuck it. Ayy, we gonna win in the end. Yeah, we gonna. I gotta keep it 100. We gotta stop all the stunting. You know we coming from nothing. Yo, you talking about money, you bluffing. We gotta do something different. We gotta change how we live in. We gotta do better for women. We gotta do better for children. We gotta listen to victims, whether Jewish or Muslim or Christian. It doesn't matter your religion. You gotta stand against the system, or else you just another villain. How you just sitting